I'm sorry to say, I've done it again. Okay, welcome back, vintage gamers. This will be the second video of the Fantasticar. This will be the first one on a live stream, so we'll get chat to pop off as well. But me and everyone else has been playing Fantasticar, and oh boy, have we been winning. If you take a quick look at the 5-0s, and Magic Online puts out all the 5-0s nowadays, you can see that there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 Fantasticar 5-0s out of 10 5-0s since the printing of this card on Tuesday. For the most part, the lists all look pretty similar, with some like leaning more heavily into the combo, some leaning more heavily into like good cards like Wastelands and Trinispheres and stuff. But I have 2 5-0s, and I'm currently the trophy leader with this deck, and we're going to play it back with mostly the same cards here. Is there anything interesting about this? Well, if you haven't seen my other video, we're basically playing a Raker Shops list that is a little bit more tuned to be going fast, because the Fantasticar is extremely fast. You're flipping this on turn 1 and turn 2 very regularly. I will say that I undershot it, I think, in my video about Fantasticar, which you should watch if you haven't already. It's like a 25-minute yap session about how the card might play out. I said, like, 40% of hands that have Fantasticar will flip on turn 1. It's higher. It's like a lot higher. And the reason it's higher is because the hands that don't flip Fantasticar on turn 1 are generally just hands you wouldn't have been keeping anyways. They're like super low mana, like Ancient Tomb, no other mana, Urza Saga, Talon Gates hands. So like a lot of the hands that, don't fit the 60% of hands that flip it on turn 1, just were never going to be kept in the first place. So you flip this card a lot. And when you don't flip this card, like, you can flip it on other turns, and it's very easy to do so. With Sensei's Top and Tezzeret, that was like very much a prediction I had and came true. And the bigger thing is this card, we talked about in the video how, it's going to be about like what percentage of the time is this a must counter? Is it like sometimes? Is it very few times? And the answer is it's pretty much always a must counter unless your deck is extremely powerful and know you can win on the next turn. And the fact that this is a must counter makes all of your other cards better, because you can throw out Fantasticar in spots where it won't even be that good. They have to counter it, and then you're free to do your Volt Key, your Raker combo, your One Ring, your whatever. And so it just puts so much pressure on the blue decks to stop you and also to present a clock that it's overwhelming, to the point where my current evaluation is that this is an S tier deck and there are no other S tier decks. Now, there are other A tier decks. I think there are decks that are playable against this deck that can put up wins against the deck that also, this is not an uncounterable deck. This is very much a deck that has weaknesses. It's just that it's so consistent and so powerful and so fast that it's on its own level, in my opinion, as of right now. We haven't had any challenges yet. We've only had league data and the matches that I've played and how I've talked with my teammates about it, but that's how I'm looking at it. Now, you're going to ask me, Justin, what are the other decks? What decks are good against this? And I'll give you a couple examples. I think Mono White plays very well into this deck because Void Mirror on the play is extremely punishing. I did win a game against a Void Mirror on the play, but you're going to lose almost all of them. It's very hard to fit in blue mana into this deck because you need like the cities and stuff to make your card more consistent. So it's very hard. Mono White also has things like Clarion Conquer that make it really annoying. I don't know how close the Mono White matchup is. I think it's still pretty close, but it's very playable. Fast combo decks like Doomsday, like Oops All Spells, like Jewel. I think all of those decks are quite good because you can sometimes ignore the Fantasticar threat. You can counter the first spell and then win anyways on like first turn 1 and 2. So I think heavy combo, like super fast combo decks are pretty reasonable. And then I also think this is theoretical. I don't have any games of this, but I also think that like a true like Sean Gift's Drain deck might be good here because that deck is already playing a bunch of Mind Break Traps in the main, a bunch of forces, and if you can get to the point where you're casting mana drains, this deck will run out of steam, and you can theoretically lock out the game that way. That one I don't know for sure, but I think Sean's theory is reasonable there. That deck was fading in popularity because the the Hexing Squelcher flow state decks were crushing it. But I don't think the Hexing Squelcher flow state decks, for the most part, even the Tinker like variants, are very good against this deck. I think they're pretty bad against this deck in general. And so if this deck pushes those decks out of the metagame, then Drain can come back. And so that's where I think we're at. And that's just my current analysis with no challenge data. So it could be wrong. And that's my current feel with the deck with after playing, I think I've played 5 leagues. I played 5 leagues. I have 2 5-0s, a 4-1, and 2 3-2s. Both of my 3-2s was 1 loss to the mirror and 1 loss to mono white and 1 loss to maybe another mono white or something, like 1 loss to dredge or something. So like very few matches are close. So that's another thing I must say, is that the wins with this deck are not close at all, and the losses are very close. So for the most part, it's really polarizing. I wouldn't say this is like on the level of Carnforge, and I don't think it's as polarizing as Carnforge. However, it does give me similar feelings in terms of gameplay, especially the mirror. The mirror is a shit show, and it is very play draw dependent. And for anyone watching this on YouTube who's not a typical Vintage watcher, Vintage is actually not a turn 1 format, as much as some people will like you to believe. Prior to the printing of Fantasticar, Vintage had probably the most balanced and diverse format in all of Magic, and it was quite a grindy format. The last week before this card was printed, we had 9 decks, each with different 5% or more meta share, of a variety of different styles: graveyard, aggro, combo, control, tempo, everything. So this is a change, a change in the balance and diversity of the Vintage format, and certainly as of right now, in a not a good direction. However, I think we should be open to the idea that people can metagame and see if they can make it, make matchups that make this better. But I will definitely say that it feels like the format has sped up significantly. Especially when I'm thinking about like the decks that are beating this deck, I'm talking about other combo decks. So if we're all jamming turn 1 based combo decks against each other, that'll be quite a big departure from what we were doing before. Yeah, I think that's all I really have to say about this. We're gonna play it through a league, hang out with chat, and if it's really fast, maybe I'll play 2 leagues. We'll see. I will see you for round 1 of this Vintage League. The Oklahoma Land Run returns in 2026 on July 10th through 12th at the Reed Convention Center in Oklahoma City. Play Friday Team Trios, Saturday Legacy for a Mox Sapphire, and Sunday Vintage for a Mox Emerald. Event links can be found in the description below. I hope to see you there. Let's battle. Here we go. Round 1 of our Vintage League. I am on the draw versus Bossy. I don't know what Bossy is playing, but probably Raker Shops. I do have a turn 1 ring, and then I have a chance of Flush Raker combo. So I think this is a reasonable hand to keep in the mirror. So let's see what we can do. Because ring will always, basically always buy you a turn versus Raker, except for the circumstances where they Karn you or something. I think ring keeps are some of the better ones you can do on the draw. The problem is, we're going to have to be able to win on our turn 2 untap solely. So it's not super straightforward, right? But I think the ring is trigger and protection is super important in the mirror because both sides, never mind, we're just going to die. Both sides are trying to win with damage. Except for when you Volt Key. But even when you Volt Key, you have to draw through your deck and then play a Karn and then pass. It's very annoying. Okay, my opponent opened with a Chalice hand and 2 Moxen. So we have no plays on turn 1 anymore, but what are we going to do? It makes me wonder if there are any reasonable ways to ignore ring protection for this deck, but I think for the most part, I don't know you would want to like splash a color to ignore ring protection. So I can either go Workshop Pass or Ancient Tomb Pass. I don't know. So like Ancient Tomb would allow me to like Raker Ortez easier. I think Ancient Tomb makes more sense, but not sure. My opponent must have kept a very interesting 7 because they have a full 7 card hand and they went Mox Chalice. I don't know what could be in their hand to keep this. Because they were on the play. Maybe they thought they were on the draw. Maybe they mismulliganed. Not sure. I can't imagine I would keep this, but certainly slows me down. Like Chalice and Vexing Bauble are like okay against me, but they're not the end of the world. It's also better if we draw Vexing Bauble and a draw. And no, okay, I mean, I like our spot. Another Flesh Raker. So if I were to go City of Traders Flesh Raker, Mox Sapphire 1. Okay, so I still can't play 2 Rakers. But is it even better to play a 1 ring or just play a Raker? If I play a Raker, like I have a decent chance of getting 2 tops next turn and winning, right? Maybe. Can I play 2 Tezzerets? So if I play City now, and I play Raker, and I pass, and then on the next turn I play Raker, it gives me 2 mana extra, and then Sapphire is 4 mana. Tezzeret is 3 mana. Top is... Okay, top. I think I can just play everything next turn, so I'm going to try that. I didn't do the math all the way out, but I think that's correct. And that's, I think, the biggest part about Fantasticar is your deck is already good without Fantasticar. And then with Fantasticar, it's just great. Yeah, but I don't know that I need the ring to guarantee me a turn. Like, what am I worried about? Like, from this spot, with the way the opponent has played, like, what am I worried about my opponent doing? Like, shouldn't I just try to put the win on the table? Yeah, but wouldn't they... I don't know. You might be right, though. Certainly could have played a ring there. Buy me a turn for sure. I just, like, don't know if I'm going to be able to win 100% of the time afterwards. And I want to be able to win on my next turn. And I'm going to win here, right? I play a Raker. I have 3 mana. No, so I have 2 mana. I play a Sapphire. I have 4 mana. I have a Tezzeret. I go to 3 mana and then up to 3 mana. And then I get a Sensei's Top goes up to 4 mana. Tezzeret. Yeah, I can just win next turn. So pretty sure we just won the game. And I guess it's important to note that Raker is like an extremely well-performing deck over the last few months, and it was the best performing deck even last week with playing Scrawling Crawlers instead. So my opponent could have main deck Mindbreak Trap. That's about it. I've considered main deck Mindbreak Trap, but I don't think we're there yet. Especially because main deck Mindbreak Trap doesn't even always work on this deck, because you play the car as your first or second spell a lot of the time. All right, my opponent could have like a Dismember as well. That's a really good draw too. So yeah, all right, let's play a Raker. Let's play a Sapphire. I should be able to auto stack these. Let's play a Workshop. Let's play a Monolith. Might even just win without anything, actually. Yeah, I don't actually need to get 2 tops. That's crazy. Yeah. Just Raker things. I don't really like the keep from my opponent's side. I probably would not keep that if I were them. So we're gonna move into we won a game breaking serve on the draw in the mirror, which is an extreme win for us. I have been going with needles, traps, and I've also null rods, traps, and I've been playing this needle as a way to like tezzeret a certain part of their turns, and I've liked it. I've been trying taking out grids and 2 Talon gates and chalice here. It'll come back to bite us if they are on wastelands, but I think that's okay. Yeah, like I mentioned in my video, there are a lot of ways to like beat the car. The problem is you don't have to beat the car, chat. You have to beat the car in Raker Shops, which is a totally different thing. Like playing a Force of Vigor against a One Ring is, you know, if you Force of Vigor to beat their car and they play a One Ring, or they play like Tezzeret, get a Vexing Bauble, like it's very different. I do think Force of Vigor is good against multiple parts of this deck. Just I don't think it's good against the deck in its entirety. It's not like some kind of catch-all answer that's suddenly going to make you win. This is a Karn. I'm gonna keep this. Might be too weak, but we'll try. We also 1 top away from winning with a Raker, so. Luris did not cost anything to buy. Okay, so they have a turn 1 Karn. This is how I lost one of my matches today, was no props went turn 1 Karn against me twice. But this hand, I can play through it a little bit. We'll see. Car plays through Karn sometimes as well, if you have enough zeros and stuff in your hand. Like, if I had a workshop and played a car on turn 1, my car can stand up without having, you know, I can just play any of these spells, stand up and attack the Karn. Like, it's not the end of the world, Karn, but it's not good for us either. They went and got an Argentum Masticore. That's interesting. I kind of like that play. Oh. So I can't play a Karn plus it and live because they can actually use their Tezzeret to pump the Masticore. I've been bringing in Null Rod against Raker and Jewel. They got another Masticore. They are at 13 life. I wish I had more 0 drops here. Because my opponent can pitch and kill any card with Masticore pitching Masticore. I could still play Karn and take out the Mana Crypt. Just to try to stifle them on mana a little bit. But they have so much mana. So I think I'm gonna need to hold all my 1-drops for my car. So that like I can go play car, play workshop, 1-drop, 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 right? So it's like kind of rough to go Raker in a 1-drop. But I guess the 1-drop pays for itself, kind of. We could Karn for a 0. It's not a bad idea. I don't hate it. We do have a 0. We have a Tormod script in our sideboard. I just like don't like I feel like playing Raker, playing a 1-drop and getting a thing back. I guess it doesn't really change anything besides we lose a 1-drop, right? So yeah, I think I like getting a 0. I don't really think like killing a crypt is helping us, so I just have I have a chalice. Guess that's like better than a Tormod script. I guess it doesn't really matter. All right. So, yeah, the way we win is these all have haste and flying. So, we have a chance of winning this game if my opponent doesn't play a ring. Like, we can win this game. We currently need extra mana from a land or a 0-drop. My opponent did not pitch a Masticore to kill Karn, which means we're going to save 5 life as well. I don't know. This game's winnable because we have a car, so. We also could just, like, if they go low enough, we could have Raker and then play all of our 1-drops. So there's a lot of options here. The problem is mostly that if my opponent plays a ring, we can't really do anything. But if they play another Masticore, then we have good chances, I think. We have a lot of cards in our deck that are lands and 0-drops. I guess it's most of our deck. Oh, it's it's not 5 trophies. It's 8. It's 8 out of 10 since Tuesday. It's quite outstanding, actually. I don't believe I've seen anything like it. Beep beep. You know, I don't really know anything about the Fantastic Four. It's this guy's Bendy, and then there's the Pyro guy, and then there's the Stone Hulk and Invisible Woman. I think that's all I know. All right. That's all there is. Yeah, that's fair enough. Fair enough. So what are we doing, opponent? We're playing a top and spinning, looking for a ring, maybe. I was like wondering if there were like catchphrases or iconic lines or anything that I could, you know, reference for clickbait and stuff, but wait, that's a Fantastic Four line? I don't know. Oh, they found a ring. All right. Well, we can still like kill Karn and Tez. Oh, stood up the ring. Yo, I much appreciated, Dawn. I did not win a Sapphire for what it's worth. My teammates did. But that makes me happy as well, so. There's the workshop. All right, so we can kill both their planeswalkers. And then we can top combo, but they have a ring protection. So what is actually the best sequence here? So I think we go Raker. Well, we need to get to our ring. I don't think we can, though. So if we go Raker to start, and then we play Workshop Car, that's better, right? Raker. I wish I could ping Planeswalkers with Raker. I guess it doesn't really matter. Workshop. Well, I have tops. Oh, I guess my Raker gets Masticord. Yeah, you right. I don't win with tops. My opponent has ring protection. So does not currently win. I should probably not play Raker. I kind of agree now. This is what I'm saying though. Like the One Ring is super important. I'm pretty worried that we'll lose after this. So I don't know. We do have a bunch of spins and a mana vault though. So if we can get our own One Ring, we have a chance, right? I do not want it to turn into a creature. I do want it to become 4/4 flying haste things. We still cannot kill them with top chat because they have the One Ring protection. All right, so these are flying in haste though, so they can kill Tezzeret and Karn. And that will free up our artifacts to let us spin with our Sensei's top and try to find our own One Ring, which we will be able to play. I don't think leaving one back matters. I have infinite tokens to block with. We did not find anything. I guess this goes deeper, so we can keep going. So draw with top. Cast, looking at my own hand. And then spin one deeper. And we missed. So... I guess we just pass? My opponent does still have a Mana Crypt in play. I just think we're going to lose still. We do have a Chalice. I don't know. I assume they're going to kill Fleshraker if they have a card. But we do have 4 constructs, so they kind of have to play a new ring, right? Yeah, I guess. I guess we could have called one back. But what if they put us in, had a snuff out? I don't know. Massacre can definitely kill a car if they thought they were gonna flip on us. But it looks like we might lose because no, they need to play 2 more spells, so they have to untap the ring and draw a spell. Oh, okay. Yeah, we lost this because I didn't put a car back. That's my fault. So again, they don't have to kill Raker if they have a car in their hand already, so. Yeah. All right. Yeah, so I guess that's my fault. We could maybe have won this game if I had left a car back. Sorry. I knew their hand was Raker 1 card, and I just didn't really think about it too much, so. Yeah, I mean, maybe we had good chances of winning this game if I had left the car back. I mean, again, they like can just shoot the car token. So, I don't know. Yeah. Run it back on the play. But yeah, I mean, it's a misplay for sure. Like, my opponent would still have to make the choice to kill the thing, but could have been a better play. Oh, I'm never let you can't let Tez live. They have an active one ring. You have to kill Tez. So you can only leave one car back. There's like no shot you're ever allowed to leave Tez alive there. I think the biggest thing was we were just hoping to see like more off of our top spin, but we just didn't find anything, right? We kind of wanted to find a one ring. We could have also found a Tezzeret on our top spin and then gotten a needle for their one ring. Though I guess that wouldn't have done very much against the Masticore, so. I'm surprised I guess they didn't bring in Masticore. They got 2 Masticores off of Karn. Yeah, okay. I mean, we almost won a game where our opponent played turn 1 Karn in the artifact combo matchup. In fact, we might have been even like had a like decent chance of winning the game where we got turn 1 Karn, so. That is pretty impressive. I think 4 probably. It's definitely still too early, but I mean, got a pretty good eye for these things. So I have a turn 1 Karn. No, I don't. I don't have any mana. Why don't I have any mana? I have a turn 1 Bauble. And I have a CRK Volt Key. But the mana situation is so bad that I don't think we're allowed to keep this hand, which is pretty sad. This one is good. Doesn't do anything right away, but it is good. How do I play around Mind Ray Trap in the most convincing way here? Do I go Workshop, Academy, Tez? I guess I kind of want to go Bobble off of Tez. So in that sense, I should probably try to like bait the Mind Ray Trap on the top instead. And the top is convincing trap target because I have a key. I think they have a trap. Got him. Okay. I mean, they have 2 traps. They have 2 traps. Though I did lose my top, so I don't actually have anything after this. But I feel like I need to prevent my opponent from doing something silly, so. Obviously, I could have made 1 mana there, but doesn't do anything, so. The problem with like saying that challenges need to be cooked is the card cost. Oh, they have no art. They have nothing that they can play. The Vexing Bobble completely stopped them. And then we drew Saga. Well, it was nice playing with you, opponent, but I won the die roll. The problem is they're very inaccessible at 55 tickets each. So, all right, my opponent kept a trap, all artifact mana hand, and died to Bobble. I don't know that you're allowed to. I mean, it has a trap. It's like really tough to be keeping all artifact mana hands against the deck that has 4 Tezzerets. So I should have made a construct there and gave it +1/+1, but whatever. It's fun. Oh, you're right. We didn't win the die roll. We lost the die roll. True. We get a top off of this saga, so we're like going to win the game. Also, I guess I could have gotten a top if I wanted to keep use my Tezzeret. I'll be honest with you, chat. I stopped looking. I stopped looking after the bauble killed my opponent. But I had definitely had a bunch of other plays I could have made here that would have been better than the things I chose to do. So keep that in mind. Let's go get a top. Let's minus this Tez. I guess it doesn't really matter, does it? For a soul ring. Play a soul ring. Nope, nope, nope. Cancel, cancel, cancel. Let's spin our top. There's a Mystic Forge. That's got to be good enough. Don't even have to really do a top key trick because I now have a Mystic Forge. So now I have 8 more draws, which is good. I think I can just draw with this instead. Any Raker wins on the spot with the Raker Forge top combo. I didn't need to draw that, but this is now lethal, so cool. 1-0. Don't think I played that round very well, but I don't know that this deck requires you to play very well very often. I feel like the miss attack was pretty bad though, so that's a good one to learn about. Okay, here we go. Round 2. I won the die roll this time. I'm on the play. I have a wildly interesting hand because this hand doesn't do anything. But it has super fast mana. This would have a turn 1 car with defense grid backup if I had a car, notably. Notably, if I had a Raker, I had a car instead of a Raker, I'd have a turn 1 car with defense grid in play. But as it stands, CRK, would you mulligan this hand? Because I kind of want to mulligan this hand. I think I would mulligan this hand. Like, it doesn't actually do anything. Like, it puts a semi-threat in play and a semi-threat in play, but both of them require more things. I think this is just a mulligan, which is very odd because you have so much mana. But yeah, this is turn 1 Karn, so I think I just get rid of defense grid here and play turn 1 Karn. I feel like playing defense grid when it doesn't actually stop your opponent from doing anything and you don't know the matchup just doesn't make sense here, which is kind of why I have gone down to 2 defense grids. But turn 1 Karn is turn 1 Karn, so don't think I'm going to search for anything. Now, notably, turn 1 Karn can still get beat in this mirror, which is super weird because if your opponent goes like the really powerful workshop Fantasticar lines, you don't even have to do like the Mox kill it the first time. If they just go workshop Fantasticar, on the next turn, they can go like 1 drop, 0 drop, 2 drop. Make 16 power, kill your Karn, or just kill you. So like, I actually think for in a crazy circumstance, like turn 1 Karn is actually worse than you would think. You know, like it's actually really weird. I'm going to assume we're in the mirror here, but that's not, you know, 100% true. You know, we could definitely not be in the mirror, but I feel like we're going to be playing a lot of mirrors today, so I'm going to do the same thing I did last time where I take out the defense grids and the Talon Gates and the Chalice on the draw here. But we could definitely be against like a blue artifact-based deck too, so. Yeah, life totals are super relevant. This hand is sick. This hand is this hand flip car into Null Rod? I love it. Workshop, Monolith, Fantasticar, Sapphire, Null Rod, flip car. These are my favorite. These are my favorite. Yeah. Soul Ring, Saga. He is free. Untap. I mean, this Null Rod's going to crush my opponent right now. Oh, nope. They found a Chalice. So I don't... Oh, that changes. So... I think we actually have some choices here. Because I can no longer go Workshop, Monolith, Car, play Null Rod. And I think putting 16 damage in play right now is worse. Maybe I still can with Flesh Raker. Let's take a quick peek here. If I go Workshop, Monolith, Flesh Raker, 1 spell. Sapphire is 2 spells. I could play a Null Rod after. And then on the next turn, I can play other, right? On the next turn, I can play Fantasticar plus more spells. So I think that might be the best line, though it does run into Mind Break Trap. And I definitely can't flip a car next turn unless I draw another 0 or an Ancient Tomb. This is actually really interesting. I don't know the answer because you have lots of options. Like we can 16 our opponent, like 100%, but then we might lose to the ring or to Time Vault. So like, I'm pretty sure we're supposed to play Null Rod. So then the question is, are we going to play Null Rod where it can be trapped, or are we going to play Null Rod just off our workshop? I'm just going to play Null Rod off workshop. I don't know if this is correct. This is my gut instinct. Oh, God. Log. That's wild. All right. They are stuck. They can't play the game. And we drew Ancient Tomb, so we win. Cool. All right. Yeah, I mean, this is some messed up stuff. This is some messed up stuff. I mean, I made the correct play, and I was rewarded for it. I completely shut my opponent's deck down with Null Rod, and then I hit them for 16. Oh, boy. We broke serve here again. The fact that I'm bringing in Null Rod is a problem. Okay, here we go. Round 3. Mirror again. Won the die roll again. Turn 1 ring with 1,000,000 mana. Sure. Seems good. Seems all right. Can even beat main deck Mind Break Trap. Yeah, this is our last round opponent. It happens sometimes in Vintage. I'm just going to go with Jet 1 ring and draw, and then see what we draw and work from there. We can still play a Karn if we draw it. Key. That's a pretty good one. So I think here I'm going to actually deploy the Monolith. So I have the extra man. I think I want to draw I think I want to play out the Monolith so I have the extra mana, but I'm not sure. Let's go draw 2 more cards though. See, that was like one of the things I was worried about. All right, we can still draw a Chalice, so I'm going to spin. Talon Gates, another 1 ring. All right, Not the, yeah. See, that's a pretty good turn one. A couple permanents in play. Notably, you could have done this all before Karn anyways. So, or before the Fantasticar anyways. What happened? My opponent's making a bunch of mana. I mean, if they have turn one Karn. Oh, what? Wait, what? Did they not? They didn't have enough. Let's see. 1 mana. This mana untap. I feel like they must have had enough. I feel like we were supposed to have lost that game. Might still lose this. What is the best way for me to play this out? Just draw first? All right. So from here, we play a Raker. And then we play a Monolith. And we play a Raker. And then we should spin first and see what we have. Ah, that doesn't do it. Each one of these is how much damage? 4 damage? 4, 8, 12, 16, 20? Unless I'm reading this wrong. Is this 4 damage or how much damage is this? 4. Okay. So we just win then. We also have top into probe. Oh, they had a Paradox engine in their list. Must be the CRK list. So I assume my opponent. Let's go back and look right here. So it was 1 mana, 3 mana, 3 mana, 2 mana, 1 mana, 4 mana. Yeah, they had enough. They must have just misclicked. So we shouldn't have won that game. We should have lost this game. We definitely lose that game before we die. But we'll take the win for sure. Same plan. The natural vault keys are quite annoying. I wouldn't be so worried about EW. I'm only really worried about land run. There's another whole BR before EW. So I can do this now. Does it appear in the thing? It still doesn't appear in the chat though. How do I update the stream? Do I like go to the get a new URL maybe? Stream elements overlay. Refresh what? Like the stream elements overlay? Oh, someone type in car. I don't know. All right, still doesn't work in that. Well, CRK, you won't see it unless you have 7TV. But I want to get it in the overlay, but I just don't know how to refresh the overlay. So, I mean, I can see the little car driving or the little cat driving the car around, so that's all that matters. But refresh browser when scene becomes refresh current cache of page. That's got to be it, right? I just muted my whole chat. Yeah, we got cats on the screen now. Let's go. All right. Anyways, what were we doing? Playing Magic. This hand has a Mind Break trap, but not enough mana and a Null Rod. This is probably worth keeping on the draw. I'm hoping this can break serve. Not capitalize. Don't capitalize it. This is where I get to use my F6 quickly F3 bait. Things we need to do to entertain ourselves. Entertain. All right, hold on. I gotta pay attention. 1, 2. I'm just gonna hit this. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I didn't hit a land though. Uh-oh. Should I not have hit that? Am I in trouble because I hit that instead of Tez? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Scrawly Crawly? Oh god, that ruins our Null Rod plan. And our top plan. Uh-oh. I think I got punished pretty hard by not waiting on the Mind Break trap. So maybe that was a pretty large mistake. I should probably have drawn in response to Scrawly Crawly as well. Maybe I'll draw Ancient Tomb and I'll just have Saga tokens. I'm thinking we're gonna die. There's the Ancient Tomb. We'll draw a new Mind Break trap. No, we'll draw Sensei's top. All right. Well, let's see. I can play a Mystic Forge. I can play a free Karn. Sorry, a free Tez. I actually don't have a way to kill this in my whole deck. So I have to Fantasticar them. What is the best way? So if we play a Forge, we know that there's a Mind Break trap and a top on top. Whereas we could shuffle with Tez and go get a... That's true, we do have a Talon Gates. Do have a Talon Gates. I mean, we could play a Null Rod still. So I think we play Tez, untap, and play a Null Rod. Oh, did I cut my Talon Gates? You're right. Cut all my Talon Gates. No Talon Gates. I mean, we have like Karn get a Masticore. All right, I'm gonna play this thing, untap this thing, and then I'm gonna play a Null Rod, and then I'm gonna make a Construct. That's my plan. I have a Construct, so I think we're fine. Unless my opponent hits like land, get a Needle. I don't know. Let's find out together. I can untap my attacker with my Tezzeret as well. Can also probably Tezalt in this game. The question is going to be like, do I have enough life? That's going to be the real question. Not even attacking Tez at all. That can't be right. Because now I'm going to Tezalt to you. Oh, they can untap theirs as well. So maybe... I got really punished for not holding my mind break trap. Was there any reason for me not to hold my mind break trap? There really wasn't, right? Like, I guess the reason is like if they were sandbagging a land and had something to stop my trap or something. I don't feel like it was that bad, but I certainly got punished. For content? I don't know. Like, I did it because I thought it was good. And now I'm trying to evaluate if it was actually good. In like the, oh, okay, they drew a workshop. And now they're gonna, oh, they have a needle? Well, we can still Tez ulti. If they, no, we can't Tez ulti if they needle us. Shit. I don't think they have, do they have a needle in? They have a vexing bauble. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, I didn't, I know they couldn't hit a car, but I just thought like attacking their monolith was good, but it might have just not been good. That's what I'm trying to find out. Kind of seems like it was not good. Are there like, I mean, there are lines where it is good, right? If they have like Bobble off of Workshop or something into Karn, or I don't know. I'm not gonna have a lot of life to work with here, though. I can kill their Tezzeret with my Null Rod with my Tezzeret ultimate. Because this goes up on the Saga and up on the Saga search, so it will always get to 7. If I find any more mana, I can play a Sensei's Top and go to 8 and keep my Tez around. And I should out damage the Crawler. The problem is I'm going to be at 9, and then I lose 1 life every turn, and every time I use my Ancient Tomb, I lose 2. So it might just not be enough. Yeah, that's true. But it's my only thing that can attack this turn, so. Yeah, I mean, they found the workshop. The workshop's good here. I think we just like lose to second crawler no matter what off of workshop draw. So like, I don't think we worry about that. I don't know where opponent went though. You want to just like, well, this thing doesn't have haste, right? Don't we want to kill Tezzeret? Maybe we don't care. I mean, we can throw it all on the constructs, but we might not even be able to get like another one, and then we're not going to be able to race. All right, I don't know where opponent went, so I'm going to just stop recording for a little bit. All right, I started recording again. We are back. Opponent is back. Let's see what we can do. All right, so I would love a land. Oh, I knew there was a mind break trap coming. That's right. That's kind of unfortunate. Did I order this badly? There was a land underneath this mind break trap, right? I don't know that 8 forces can battle this, because you have too many must forces, and especially when you start adding in defense grids. So, oh, it was a ring was next. Okay. Then this is probably better than a ring, so. I did, thank you, Dragon. I appreciate that. So our question is, do we ultimate Tez, or do we just keep our Golem untapped. If we ulti Tez, we probably have to stand up Null Rod to attack their Tez. I have a Needle I can get. Does that help me in any way? Not really. Because Null Rod kind of covers everything. So I guess I'll just get a 0. So are we Tez ulting? There's already a Vexing Bobble in play and a Null Rod. There's no reason to get my Vexing Bobble. So I'd rather get a 0 that I can't currently resolve, right? Do I care about their Tez? I feel like I just need ult anyways. But like, am I attacking Tez? Or yeah, I feel like I'm still attacking Tez, right? All right. Well, if they find us Talon Gates, we can definitely lose this game pretty easily. There's a new Ancient Tomb, but I don't know how many Ancient Tombs I can tap, man. I'm going to be at no life very quickly here. I don't think I'm allowed to tap any Ancient Tombs. They immediately have Talon Gates. All right, so what can we do? Nothing, right? It's just Talon Gate. It's out for their turn, and I can't do shit. Okay. I mean, I don't know that there's like much we can do about that. We just like didn't have enough things in play, right? I'm just gonna concede. I don't think we can win through this. All right, let's play again. Do I want to have Dismember in if they are playing Rakers and Crawlers? I kind of think the answer might be yes. We don't really care about Crawler if we have Car, but if we have any of our other plans, we kind of care about Crawler. Maybe I just take out Needle. I mean, I could just put a Talon Gates back in. Just put like a Talon Gates back in. Is that even good? I feel like I'd rather just have access to Dismembers I can kill Rakers with. I could take out the Null Rods on the play, but yeah, maybe just take out Null Rods on the play and we just play that Needle and the Dismembers. Let's try that. No mana. That's a turn 1 Forge, so seems pretty good. Just gonna get rid of... I guess I'll probably just get rid of the second Monolith. And we'll go Monolith Forge. Play around Trap. Then we have to choose where we want to hold these based on our top cards. All right. Workshop. Monolith. Forge. Another Workshop. I don't think we want that. Definitely don't want that. I'm going to hold these for a Car. That was definitely bad cards on the top of our library. Yeah. Double key. Weird. So do I want to get rid of this Mindbreak Trap with my Forge? So I have a chance of drawing a land? Or would I rather have the ability to extend my forging? I think I just want to get rid of this card. It's a good card to have on the top of our library. It's probably better than City. Could just get C Arcade here, though. Now it's not better than City because now City... I guess I can still win without City, right? If both of my... No, I need a Ruby... I think I need the Petal to make the mana. So... I need the City. But I win now, so... Alright. Mystic Forge combo. You can see a little bit of everything here. Also infinite turns. But I don't know that... Yeah, I guess that's fine. Might make them concede, so... Okay. We don't need infinite turns here because we have infinite damage with Sensei's top, Frost Raker, Forge, but whatever works. Okay, here we go. Is Sarah's Sanctum playable in Vintage? No, sorry, Corn. I have tried, for what it's worth. I have tried. Unfortunately, like, those sections are just not very good. I've tried. All right, on the play. We're very lucky. We've got a Chalice, and ooh, this is an interesting one. Are we mulliganing this one? We have a Chalice on the play, but we have just no other action. We have lots of mana, but no action. We're going to have to put this one back, I think, based on how our opponent lost to us with a similar Chalice draw, right? I guess it was a different kind of Chalice draw because they had no mana and all action. Let's do this. This is a turn 1 car, so... Okay, so... If I go Monolith to the bottom, we might actually have a turn 1 win. Hold on. Saga, Mana Vault, Raker, Lotus, Car, Mox. Is that turn 1 win? I think this is a turn 1 kill. Like an actual 20 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4. 6 card turn 1 kill. I've never done a turn 1 kill with the deck. I've only done 16 damage. This would be a first for me. And if they force the Flesh Raker, then they just take 16, which is like, you force the Flesh Raker a lot, man. Like, you do it a lot. Oh my lord. All right, we'll see what happens, though. They could have some forces, some traps, some missteps. I mean, the misstep doesn't matter because we still have Lotus Fantasticar, so. All right, I will play a Flesh Raker as my not second non-creature spell, but second spell. Force it, force it. Ah. I will play a Lotus. No, non-creature spell. Fantasticar is non-creature spell, so Clearing Flesh Raker does not count. I think they have a force. But I mean, in this sequence, like, we still get a Raker and a Saga, so it's not that bad. Oh, wait. Wait. Car? Come on. Come on. Come on. I have no negation pitching Leovold. Sag. Damn it. No screenshot for me. No screenshot for me. I'm gonna hold this emerald. No. I don't think I'm gonna hold this emerald. I think I'm just gonna play it. All right, well, let's see if our Saga and Flesh Raker can beat Bug. I mean, we'll see. I think if they have a Wasteland and we don't draw anything, it's pretty bad for us, right? Oh, Doomway! week. Hello, Devin and Raiders. Welcome to my vintage stream, where we are doing broken beep beep Fantasticar stuff. Though it got countered, so now we're just doing broken Saga stuff instead, but a little bit of each. Oh, nice. Actually, that's not really necessary, but it's okay. We got Saga token, at least one Saga token, so brainstorm. You just missed a beautiful 6-card hand, Devin, that had the potential to deal 20 damage on turn 1 if they had no force. But opponent was lame and negated our car. We were not allowed to go driving. So unlucky. so unlucky. The good news here is even if they oof us, we get 2 constructs, so. But they probably have Vigors in their deck, so. I wouldn't say we're like favored from this spot. I could easily see us losing. They have 6 cards in hand, 5 cards in hand. Okay, maybe we're favored. That's a big frog, right? Is it big enough? Let's see. We have a top we can get with our Raker. We also could just get a manifold key for unblockable. Another ancient tomb is not helping us in any way here. So does a key help me more than a top? Oh, I could just get a vexing bauble and then they can't vigor me. But I don't think they have a vigor if they had a vigor, right? Like they would have already vigored if they had a vigor. So this thing becomes a 5/7, which means I can't attack through it without a key. I don't think that a key is the weakest of vigor because, well, I mean, yes. I guess it is technically the weakest of vigor, but I think if they had a vigor, they would have already vigored. And we're almost at the point where Flesh Raker kills them on its own. I think I'm just going to go with the top. That's my gut instinct here. Grid and key. Okay. So if we go get a key, we can make unblockable this turn, which is probably the best play. Then we could die to frog, pitch everything, time walk, I guess. But I don't know if that I can play around that in any meaningful way. Let me see. If I don't use my ancient tomb, can I play around that? Possibly. I guess this could get countered. That would be pretty bad for us. Like forced. So if I just use all of my spawn tokens to make this unblockable. I don't know that this is the best play. But I'm like worried about getting leapfrog time walked. Probably should just play the land anyways. But maybe the hidden information helps. An oof at this point doesn't do it because these things can attack. I guess it technically does make them live a turn, but they can't like pitch enough cards to block anymore, so. And they can't even attack with frog if they play oof and don't have any, like, don't have a removal spell, so. I don't have an attack with Flesh Raker here. They can pitch up to a 4/5, which doesn't do anything. I can maybe... Oh, I can win with the top post-combat when they jump with the oof. Because I can use the top manifold key or just play grid. So... I guess they could still have exactly Vigor here. I guess I would probably lose because we know the third card down is not an artifact. Kind of interesting. I feel like there are a lot of ways to possibly lose this game, which is a good sign. Not for me winning, but like for everyone else in the format. Oh, they have a fatal push. Okay. No, this is why the Raker attack is not free, because if they have a fatal push, they can pitch cards, kill the Raker, keep the frog, and yeah, it's not a free attack with them holding open black mana. But this gets rid of the one thing that matters, so this is good enough. I mean, yeah. Yeah, you don't want to be attacking with Raker there, though, I think. So we know we have a defense card coming up, which is another damage. Fetch land could be a damage. Green, green. Another oof. And a Deathrite Shaman. And a Deathrite Shaman. Uh-oh. They still can't... I guess they could triple block, but then I would just kill both oofs. Should I just let them do that? Do we know the card underneath grid, or do I not know the card underneath grid? We're also dying toward Mana Vault. Yeah, if my opponent wants to triple block this 5/5, that would kill them, so... They have 0 cards in hand. I feel like there was a land. I'm gonna hold this. They shouldn't, like, be allowed to fetch, right? Oh, okay. Well, City of Trader doesn't cost me 2 life, so that's something. They can still buy Luris, and they have a Deathrite eat, so they can, like, block and eat with Deathrite. They kept the card on top. Oh, they're not playing Luris. Sorry, you're right. They're Leovold. They drew Demonic Tutor. That means we probably lose. Oklahoma is reserveless proxy, so you can proxy Workshops, Monoliths, and City of Traders, but there's a whole lot of expensive cards that you cannot proxy, like rings and stuff. And obviously Moxen and stuff. You can proxy Moxen and stuff. But... yeah, the rest of the deck is not cheap, though. Rings and Ancient Tombs and stuff. I can't imagine we can beat a DT from this spot. I don't know. This is a good sign, though. Like, you can play a blue deck. Unfortunately, this is like a classic Card Forge indicator where the only if the only blue deck you can play is full combo or bug. Well, I don't think it's that, because that would be a pretty straightforward. I would expect this gets just a removal spell, unless they have something like much stronger. Like, I guess they could have an Oko. An Oko doesn't do it though, because they don't have enough blockers. No, I really didn't like attacking with the Flesh Raker last turn. But I don't know, maybe it was wrong. Like, we can still win this game with... I guess at this point we can't win this game with Raker pings because of Deathrite Shaman. So maybe... Yeah, maybe I had to. It's pretty brutal. I think they just got a removal spell for us. So it was City. That at least saves us a life. I'm gonna play the defense grid out to get my extra damage. Not that I think that matters very much. So they have Fatal Push on my Construct token. So I can attack here with my... Yeah, maybe I missed a Flash Raker attack on the last turn. Because they don't actually have to block this. They can eat an oof instead. But that's okay. I think that's treading water to the point where we should be able to maybe present a win with another artifact on the next turn. If they trade, then we have access to top and key, so I think that's good for us. I can't get drained here, so... Yeah, I could easily imagine I maybe missed an attack or something here. That was a reasonable attack. But I've been trying really hard to keep the ability to ping them. All right, they're at 1 again. There's 1 creature left in the yard. They have a top deck here after DTing, and they have an active Deathrite, and we are still oofed. If I draw an artifact and it does it need to resolve? It does not need to resolve. If I draw an artifact, we win. We don't win, but we at least force the trade because they have to eat a frog. We're at 7. We drew a ring. So let's cast it. Then we can use our Ancient Tombs after. It's actually really good. This means they eat the frog to stay alive. Then we attack and trade with the oof. And then we have Ancient Tomb, tops. And I think we... Okay, my opponent did not eat. They accepted death instead. So if we were to draw and look at like 4 cards here... None of those do it. Karn was castable there. Tez was castable because Ancient Tombs were turned off. That was like probably the closest game we've had like all night, so. So we're playing against Bug, like normal ass Bug. We have Argenta Masticores. We have Dismembers. We have maybe Engine, but they have Oko. Don't know if I like that much. It's good against normal Bug Lurus, but not as much against... I think we do want grids. We want all of our land. I want to trim on some amount of things that get bad with oof in play. But I don't know if I'm willing to trim on monoliths. So I was just like thinking keys and some rings. Something like that. This feels like close to me. This is good. This is going to be good testing. I haven't actually played against anyone trying to beat this deck with Bug yet, so Yeah, I think you still just like want to have maximum amount of Raker kills. I think the keys are like worse than the tops. I'm a pretty strong believer that like the Raker top part of this deck is what makes the deck good, like pre-car anyways. Look at the screenshot posted in Raker. Which one? What the hell is that? Just people ringing each other? Good God. All right, so we are against Bug, and we've got a Saga Ancient Tomb hand. Seems reasonable. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I don't disagree with that. I think the Tezzeret was a huge upgrade. Speak of the devil, we have a Vault Key combo with Tezzeret here. Don't have the mana to achieve it turn 1 at the moment. I don't really want to get my Saga Vigored here with my Mana Crypt. So I am kind of interested in Ancient Tomb, Mana Crypt, Flesh Raker. Yeah, I'm not playing like Tez Time Vault into open mana bug player with 4 Force of Will, 4 Force of Vigor, 4 Force of Negation. Like, you guys are crazy. We gotta make them like try, you know? Like, we gotta they can also have Spell Pierce, consign to memory. Like, we're gonna try to bait out some spells first. Uh this one can get pierced. But like it's also just like not a spell that like is currently threatening them, so I don't know if that they would, especially because it's like a spell that can be oofed. But like now we're at a point where on the next turn here, there's a Saga. We can bait a Force with the Forge, and then we can have a Tez. So there's a lot of options. Obviously, if they just go oof, we still have a Flesh Raker in play to help us power through oof. I think this is the sequence that I would choose most times. But obviously, like there was a million different sequences you could have done there. You could have played turn 1 Forge. You could have played... Oh, that's pretty bad for us, I think. No, it's not that bad if we don't get null rotted. Ah, Wasteland Fatal Push. All right, well, if they have no forces, we have Tezzeret. We also can just, like, play Forge or play Saga. They could also Vigor us in Upkeep. Okay, so what do we have? We have 5, 6 mana total. We can't play both. So we could go Ruby Forge to try to play around getting Vigored on our Saga. I think we just jam Tezzeret. Force of Will, pitching Time Walk. All right, Saga. We ate a Wasteland last turn, so maybe that'll help. I mean, if they have a Vigor as well, like, it's real bad for us, but... I think they have a Vigor as well. They'll put them down to 1 card. Yep, so there's Vigor. Okay. They have 1 card left. Force of Will, 2 Vigors. We have outs on our Vault, but not as many because I cut a bunch of keys. We have Tezzerets that we can't cast yet. Do they have land Prague? Pretty good. Talon Gates. Don't think I'm allowed to hold that. So I'm just going to play it and pass. Still have outs, but It's going to close rapidly when they drawing 2 a turn. Yeah, I mean, if the bug deck is actually good against the Raker deck, which is not proven, it's theoretical, then yes, I think you would see more bug decks arise as like blue control players can't play like Esper Frog. Okay, this is fine. They're out of options. So we Tezzeret's here win, Keys here win, fast mana into Forge could win. The One Ring does not win. Well, we had a draw there. Now I think this will probably close it out. Can't imagine 3 draws, but they have 2 Surveil lands. Wow. And they kept on top. They have not binned a card with a Surveil land yet. I think we're dead. Our hand was pretty good too, but they had 4 answers into Frog. I think we played around Vigor pretty well too. We didn't get like completely blown out by Vigor when we definitely could have. This is a Delve spell. If they hadn't played Frog right away, we could have even maybe skipped a turn, but they ripped either a land or a Frog. And then played it immediately after. All right. I think this is it. We'll just try to put a spell on the stack. That is the good one. Yeah, I mean, put a ring on the stack. Nope. I'll go one more. It's pretty impossible though, because they digged. They pitched a Force of Negation. It's probably not a good sign either. All right, that's good enough for me. All right, game 3 on the play. Do I want to make any changes? Not particularly. We could bring in Needle on Wasteland. It's not unreasonable. But yeah, let's do that. Go check out Goldfish's recent 5-0s, Measure Magic. And then you come back and tell me what they look like. It's kind of interesting because Vintage, basically every 5-0 is published. So we get to see some things. All right. On the play. This hand sucks. Mulligan. Mulliganing sounds really bad against Bug, but this hand is really bad too. I don't know, hashtag. I feel like the One Ring is like the one that's the worst, but I couldn't tell you. Especially when we're trying to like trigger Fantasticar with our 1-drops. Man, these hands have sucked. Can we go to 5? Probably. Unlucky. I mean, our hands just have not had mana. What am I gonna do? It's kind of unfortunate. I really wanted to play this for game 3, normal, heads up, but also like all my best comeback mechanics from Mulligan are gone because I think the ring is like the best comeback mechanic we have. This is a 4-card hand. I mean, no 3-5-0s for Justin. He was flying too close to the sun. Oh, I didn't get wastelanded. That's step number 1. Do it, play an oof. God, I guess we're okay against. They have hard cast force, I guess. All right. Argentum Masticore. F6. Can't negate that. Can vigor it, though. That's a hard cast force. Okay. What else you got? Nothing. All right. Argentum Masticore. Resolvers. Bro, if we win this game, that would be absurd. I mean, it seems like they have a vigor, right? Because they didn't have any more lands. Yeah, vigor, pitching, decay. Another Mox. Top would be interesting. Flush Raker. I'm just gonna play out a car. Gonna start attacking for 4 with it. I don't think the goals of trying to like get car going here are very realistic because we can't really cast a Tezzeret. Can't even spin a top barely. So it is a vehicle, but it crews itself. Yep. Don't know why, but it does. Got negated. They're at 0 cards. All right, that's not bad for us. We just need to find some action, but we don't have any rings in our deck. Land. Tez. And then what? Pass. Top. Play top. I think I just blind draw with top. Nope, I'm getting negated. That's fine. I could spawn. I guess I could have spun. Pass again. Mox. Gonna hold them. They don't do anything in play, and they can be Raker or car triggers. Green, black. That's a oof. Okay. That's really bad because I can't cast anything in my deck, basically. Just gonna wait for another car, I guess. Just like waiting to get Ancestral or Delve spelled out of this game. But we have outs. We have outs. Car is a great out. Vexing Blobble. We wait. Probe. All right, they know our whole hand. Black. Blue. Frog draw. Unlucky. Yeah, I think we just like didn't hit the right top decks to get out of this. Kind of close. We hit no mana sources, or no lands, I should say. There's a Talon Gates. Does that do anything? That does it, right? Like, that just fucking does it? Like, we go... Let's think here. So... It doesn't really do it. So we play a Gates. I think we need to play the Bauble after we play all the Moxen. And then we play the Raker. And then we play the Key. And then we draw with the Bauble, try to hit. Or we could say that our opponent doesn't have a Force of Will, hold the Bauble to get an extra Flesh Raker trigger, and then we can... drawing with Bauble is like actually really hard. Yes, we can draw with Bauble because we're phasing out the Collect Roof. That's the play. Yeah, but playing everything else doesn't do it. I don't really see any good reason to play Bauble Pass. This is our chance to resolve a Raker. I think I'm just not going to play around last card, Force of Will, blue card. I don't think that makes sense to me. They could actually have a Fatal Push here, I guess. So I think... I don't think I'm allowed to play the Bauble first. No, I can draw with Bauble. I can definitely draw with Bauble as long as I have a Raker in play before I cast any of these other two spells. Oh, push doesn't work with phasing? That's good. Yeah, I think I'm going to try to get lucky here. Maybe they'll try to push anyways. Oh, what's up? No props. They're going to try to push anyways? Does it work with phasing? No, they just learned it doesn't work with phasing. Okay, so they do have Fatal Push. That's not a good sign for us. They have Mental Misstep, though, which is good enough. So, which is good enough. Should have let on Key. If they have a push, I should probably just get my damage in now. Technically, we can play Tezzeret next turn and get something and play something, but... should I have just played the Key first? Did I mess that up? I guess so. I guess I messed that up. I can't play Tez. All right. I mean, we made an effort. We made an attempt. I guess they would have to hit a fetch land or a wasteland to turn on push. They do have to... I guess they don't have to jump. They just rip Ancestral? Or no, they rip Brainstorm. Okay. We're fighting, but it's been a rough multi-4. Okay, that's not bad, right? What's this? Another frog? Okay. Did I board in Needle? I did. I don't think Needling Frog does anything, though, so I don't really like that. I'm probably just gonna get... I guess I don't have anything that does anything, though. They're gonna hop anyways. So I guess needling would do something because if we get more blockers. All right, we'll get to see what the top card would have been if we had drawn with Bauble. It would have been an Ancient Tomb. That's not a bad draw. It's not a bad draw. So I think we save our spawn tokens. Tezzeret. And then we search. I don't know if that there's great stuff here besides Needle. Just Needle. Okay. Well, this gives us some blockers. Try to stem the bleeding a little bit. Pithing. No. That is a pithing needle. Psychic Frog. So, if I were to attack with Flesh Raker and trade with Oof. But I can block Frog, so I don't want to attack. So let's just pass. They could attack with Frog to turn on the Fatal Push that's in their hand, chat. Yeah. I think they have a Fatal Push. Do I still kill a Frog? I think they almost assuredly have that Fatal Push. Is that me or is that Tez? Is that Tez? Well, we can do it for one turn, right? That pumps our Tez up one. We can't give our thing 1/1 counters, which is unfortunate. Yeah, we can wait again. But we could get a ring. So we could get we could actually get a top with key in play. So this trade option is not bad, and then we can still untap after. This is only bad into Bowmaster, which I think is okay. Like, the 2 life is important. And then I just use my Tezzeret to untap it. They also have 4 minutes on the clock. Tezzeret. I mean, this is just another set of chumps. In the past, they probably have negation, maybe. I think they have Fatal Push in their hand, though they could Fatal Push a token. If we draw an artifact here, we can get 2 artifacts. This might get negated, actually. Then Tezzeret won't go up. It did. So, do we want another top? Or do we want to do the untap again? We know they have a fatal push, so they could hit through our spawns if they pointed them at a token. Well, attacking again first means we won't be able to untap, right? Well, I mean, I guess we can untap, but we won't get the extra trigger off of the thing. Yeah, I didn't put a portable hole in this deck because it has such a low number of gates. But portable hole would certainly be a game winner here for sure. Well, I know that, but like, is untapping is not even good here though, because okay, I'm just gonna go get another top. Oh, I guess the second top is, yeah, I'll get a second top. This is always making a token, so that's good, but it won't get a Tezzeret if they counter, which is still fine. They're at 4 now. The fact that they've had a fatal push in their hand this whole time is pretty funny to me. It's the first time I've ever seen Needle on Frog do something. Sewers means they won't have a fetch land or a wasteland this turn. They put a Bayou in the yard. They could attack with Oof, but it's a little sus. They could kill Tezzeret. Yeah, no, all right, I'll jump. We draw another artifact. We've drawn a lot in a row. We can make them chump if we minus Tez. Draw an artifact minus Tez. They have to counter this if they have a negation, right? So the Tez doesn't go up. I guess they could counter the... Yeah. Yeah, they had to counter that if they had it. So what do I put my chances of winning if I attack and trade with this oof right now? I mean... I can draw 2 cards. I have a manifold key and tops and... And we know they already have a fatal push in their hand. I'm attacking. Well, that was not an option. I mean, it was an option, but I mean, it is an option. It wasn't one of the good options. In fact, it was not a good option. But yeah. Okay. I put all this thought into this opponent, and then you just let me kill you. Oh, God. All right, let's look at our cards, chat. We can look at up to 5 cards. We can look at up to 0 cards because Magic Online has decided we are not going to be looking at any cards. Oh, math is hard. Welcome to round 5. Can I get a 3rd trophy with Flush Raker, Fantasticar Workshops? I want a die roll. We're up against Shockwave, who will not be playing a mirror here. This will be blue, like controlling singleton stuff. This hand is not good. Shockwave has forced my mana in the past. I can go Lotus, Monolith, Key, Untap. Can I go Untap? Lotus, Monolith is 1 mana, 4 mana. Key, 3 mana, 5 mana. Defense Grid, Tezzeret, Untap. It's not bad. It can still work. If everything up to the Defense Grid resolves... Yeah, man, that's fine. Let's try it. This is bad. This is bad. Don't pause. Stop pausing. Stop pausing. Oh, thank God. All right. Key. Untap. Defense Grid. If he has 2 forces. Okay, no forces. So Tezzeret is free. Do we want to get more mana? Like a mana crypt, maybe? Chalice on 0 is certainly an option. It certainly reduces the amount of ways things can go badly here, right? I don't hate it. What's my mana look like? I'll use my Tezzeret. Yeah, I think it's fine. It's the most aggressive line to stop our opponent from doing something broken. And they didn't have a force in their opener, so... I think it's pretty good. We could have played Grid before I played Key, but I think I liked playing Key first more. Like, knowing exactly how much mana I have is important there. Obviously, we could have stopped Mental Misstep, right? But... Alright, so now... we go Monolith, untap, Key, untap, Mystic Forge, land on top, we get rid of it. That's a great draw. New Tezzeret. Seems fine. No, didn't get anywhere. I could shuffle for another 0, like a Lotus or something. I guess I already used Lotus. I could just get a top. I'm not sure. I'm going to shuffle, but I don't know which I'm supposed to get. Am I supposed to get a top, or am I supposed to get... I guess I can't get mana because there's a Chalice. I could get a Soul Ring. We'll just get a top then. That's a good card. So maybe, yeah, I don't know. I mean, this ended up good. All right. Opponent could hit us with a Stony Silence here, but then I have Tolarian Saga, so I guess it's fine. I'm not sure about playing that Tezzeret that I did. That might not have been good, but I didn't have another activation. It's kind of interesting. All right. One more, chap. 2 shots, one more. All right. We expect Shockwave to be on Singleton Blue with 4 forces, is what I call it. No Tinker, usually. So this is what we normally see Shockwave on. 5 random Planeswalkers, all the random fast mana, all the random blue spells, all one-ofs, except for forces and flusters. Looks like he has a sideboard Tinker Colossus now, or at least last time. And it looks like there's nothing that attacks my mana in like a super crazy way. And also it doesn't look like there's any additional forces at the moment in the last one. So it's mostly, it looks like Consign. Obviously, he could have changed the list to combat the metagame, so we don't know. So, yo, well, thanks, Jay-Z. Appreciate your being here. It's been fun. Hope you enjoy the YouTubes. All right, so I don't think these are good. I don't think these are good. This is good. This isn't good. This isn't good. I don't think Needle is good against all one-ofs deck. I don't think Lantern is good or Cage. I don't think any of these cards are good. It'd just be what I want, Trap. I don't even really like Trap against them. But they're not wastelanding me. So let's just play some traps instead of some Talon Gates. Let's try that. Interesting. We have played not a huge amount of car hands in this league, but we have played some cars for sure. This hand is so slow. It's good against a heavy counterspell hand, but if they play like a heavy Moxen, early Walker hand, I don't really like it. I guess I do have a Saga. Is this what I want to bet my life on? We did mull last time. Like last time we mulled a 7, we had no mana in our 6 and 5, but we did win on 4. So I know I said they're a control deck, but they're like a full Moxen deck. So like 1 PO. I want to put this back. I don't think this is what I want. But like they're not gonna null rod me, so like it's actually not bad. But I'm gonna mulligan this hand. Not exactly convinced that this is much better. I kind of think the first hand was better. I guess this hand goes Ancient Tomb Grid, Academy Raker. Well, they don't actually have that much permission, though. Their deck doesn't actually have much permission. It's kind of more like a tap-out Planeswalker deck. I hate this hand. I'm just going to mulligan it. Oh, this needs to get help. This needs help, but I think this is fine to risk on. I need that. Fuck. This is not good, but I don't think we're going to 4. I wish I just kept my 7. We'll see what their hand looks like. They do play balance for what it's worth. Mox. Time walk. Probe. Saga. Yeah, I'm pretty glad. I don't know that our first hand was going to beat that. Out Saga. Oh no. It's just such a tough call. Like, his deck can be super explosive, and his deck can do nothing. Well, we did not draw the right cards to win this game, so now they just get Bobble off of Saga. Okay. Oh, actually, does he play Bobble? Yeah, he does. Okay, so we're gonna concede here. After my opponent makes 2 constructs and a Vexing Bobble. No, I think this 5-card keep is fine. We just have to hit a land, right? I don't actually think our like Moldavors are that good. I guess we could have had Ring, I guess. Like Ring Workshop Mox. We just weren't getting there. How do I get to there we go. Okay, game 3. You get one of those. Now we're on the play. I don't know. Do we really think our 7 was gonna win that game? Not sure. Like, their hand was kind of slow, but it still had a time walk into Saga faster than ours, bigger than ours. Maybe not bigger than ours, but they had a Soul Ring. All right, on the play. Come on, 7-card keeper. Show me. Oh, I should probably have not played Mind Break Traps on the draw on the play here. I mean, I'm keeping this. Just need to find some action. It's not amazing because I can't car on turn 1, but I can ring after everything, I think. Grid, Monovault, Hop. I don't know how much we're playing on turn 1 here. Though I will not have my Mind Break Drop up if I Defense Grid my opponent here. It's kind of funny. I guess I technically could with Mana Vault. That resolves. What is the... What do I want to do? Top Opal Spin? I feel like that's probably fine. Do I want to spin now? Do I gain anything from spinning now? I don't gain anything from spinning now. There's no combination of cards, so I can wait. I cannot Mind Break Trap my opponent now, though. So if my opponent goes off, I'm going to have to win on my turn. Or not on my turn, but there's a Black Lotus. And a Lotus Petal. This is like the kind of, don't know. So they can actually force me now through Defense Grid if they want. If we see a car, our sequence is car, draw on upkeep, car, Mana Vault, Grim Monolith top. So that's fine. I don't really like this spot. What would have had instead of a Mindbreak Trap? I would have had a Talon Gaze or something. So it doesn't really change that much unless I need a mana next turn. Yeah, I considered Vault hold up, but I feel like spinning is like more important for us to like there's no guarantee we have a trappable target from the opponent, right? And I feel like spinning is what we need to do to push our game plan forward. It's just like super awkward, all things considered. Yeah, yeah, but like all my other cards are shit too, so it's fine. Like we only have 2 grids. Like I don't actually have any good cards for the matchup, so it's fine. Just say it's a mulligan. It's okay. Like there's no other card it would have been here that would have been good. So not something to worry about. Yeah, but I don't want to play out that many cards, Turtle. Like I want to hold my cards for a Fantasticar. Like if I play too many of my cards out, I won't be able to do a car. And I do want to do a car. My opponent has so much mana compared to last game. But like the good news is like they don't actually have good cards to play off the mana. Like they play a bunch of random planeswalkers. Like if they find Karn's a good card to play off it. But like all the other ones are like Jace the Mind Sculptor, whatever. Just feel like our hands kind of failed us in this games. But I could have I don't know. Not really happy about it. Yeah, I mean, I feel like this league was like a lot less powerful than some of my other leagues. I've had some close matches. Every time I think Shockwave is debating something, he always like slams a Karn, so we'll see. Look at this hand, chat. What did they get? I mean, the good news is they don't have Tinker Citadel. They refuse to play Tinker Citadel in their deck. So we have that going for us. But they do probably have Hardcast Force now through Defense Grid. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not through Defense Grid yet. Pitch Cast Force through Defense Grid for sure. Mystical DT Karn, yeah. That's some Sean lines if I ever heard one. Mystical can be anything if you have enough mana. Opens Black Lotus, Lotus Petal, Mana Vault, Tolarian Academy. Demonic Tutor, yep. All right, so we're getting Karned next turn. What do we got? We have a Karn of our own. That's good. If it resolves, that's pretty damn good. What is my best sequence? Am I just supposed to draw this and play Monolith, cast it? Or am I supposed to play... I'm definitely not supposed to play 2 spells. So I'm probably supposed to get... I mean, he never really plays Spell Pierce. So I guess the question is, like, do I want to get the Ancient Tomb with my top? I think he's F6. Yeah, but he won't have black mana for DT unless he has a land. I don't really have cards that are good here. I can get a Cage in case he tinkers for like a Blightsteel or something. All right, I'm gonna draw with top. He's on F6'd. And I'm gonna play Karn. No, I'm 1 mana short of Lattice. That would be quite good. What I can do is I can plus play Monolith and pass with the ability to play Trap. Oh, they have hard cast. No, you can't hard cast Force. I have Defense Grid. So you have to do something. You have to pitch cast Force, and oh, they're just floating mana. So it could be Hercules Recall. Could be Hold Breacher. No, can't be Hold Breacher. It has to be a 2 mana spell. Hercules or Chain. I'm definitely supposed to plus. That's for sure. All right, I'm gonna play my Monolith out. Well, if it's Hercules Recall, well, there's no reason to Hercules Recall. It doesn't do anything. All right, I'm gonna play out I'm gonna play this out because there's a defense grid. It's Snapcaster Mage. Okay, that makes sense. Hull Breacher costs 6 mana with a defense grid out, and he only had 5 mana. So my opponent can still DT here if they have a land in hand. Saga, that does not DT. So this goes to 4, which means we can't Lattice lock our opponent. We can get a Needle and name Saga. We can get a Needle named Saga. We could stand up a Monolith and block. We could stand up a top and block. We could get a Worm Coil. We could get a Masticore. We should just start by spinning, though. So what do we spin with? I guess Opal doesn't matter. Car. We can trigger Car, yes? Or no? We should be able to trigger Car. So we draw the Car. It's our second spell. We play a Lantern from Exile and draw top, and then we play all our tops, and we hit him for 16. Or we play... We play Lantern. Draw. We probably don't hit him for 16 because we want to protect Karn. We probably only hit him for like 8. But it's a play. Do I have enough mana? Should have enough mana. Draw. Car. Draw. Top. Fantastic. And then spin. We have a Raker double top next turn. So I'm going to attack. They can have Hercules on their turn. Kill Karn. It's probably not good enough. I have Raker top, so I'm just going to hit for 8 in the air. Let's go. It's another one. Another one. Another one. It's so good. That's my third 5-0 with this so far, which puts me at 19-1, 22-3, 25-4. I'm currently 25-4 with the deck, so not a bad start. I don't think any of my conclusions from the intro have changed. I think this deck is the best thing you can be doing in Vintage, and I don't believe it's particularly close. I will say that the bug deck had mixed results in our match. It looked like it was anemic, and in a lot of circumstances, it was pretty anemic. And I don't know if that's actually a viable option. It seems like it leaned very heavily on Frog to try to recoup its losses. And it just can't turn the corner very fast. So the bug deck is... I'm not sure if it's the right call. Yeah, like I said in the beginning, things like Mono White have done okay against this. Doomsday, Tinker, maybe Breach Control, but it's not pretty. If I had to rate it right now, I would say this is S tier, and all those things I talked about maybe are a tier below. But I don't think it's like... It's not Carnforge, right? It's not that level of separation, but I think there is a degree of separation that is probably problematic. We'll see. Like I said, I don't want things to get restricted too fast, and I like things to be restricted off of like good data from big tournaments. So we'll see what happens with all the challenges this week. I will be able to stream the Friday challenge. I think it's unlikely I'm streaming the Saturday challenge, because I think I might be doing a charity walk instead. I will be playing Paper Vintage full proxy at ELDs on Sunday. I don't know if I'm going to print out a bunch of paper slips to play this deck. Maybe I should do that. I don't actually have a printer here, so I'll have to figure that out. Yeah, so we'll see what happens with all the challenges this weekend. We have a banner restriction update on Monday. I think Monday would be probably too fast for me to feel good about it. So if it doesn't happen on Monday, then the next option is after Land Run and Eternal Mania. So Yeah, but like Raker Shops was already like a 50 something percent win, 53% win, say 53. It was 57% last week, but 53% win rate deck before getting a huge upgrade that is like very clearly both broken and fast. So it's tough. So that's what I'm thinking. Anyways, we'll see what happens. I'm gonna keep making Fantasticar videos. I will do some thinking about if there are any other ways to build Fantasticar. I've tried Beseech Storm. I wasn't impressed. Every jewel list I put together, I've had a hard time fitting forces in, which feels problematic. Um, I do think chess's theory about oops all spells doesn't that actually does vibe with me. That's a turn one deck that can beat this deck in the mirror, and then Fantasticar might help it in its blue matchups where it struggles. So I think oops all spells could be something to think about. We'll have to see. We'll just have to see. That's all we can do. Wait and see. More vintage content on my YouTube channel every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I'll see you then.